Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Hey, where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
But wait! There's more!
Gabrielle Zuniga, Gabrielle Zuniga, who accused Shannon Sharpe of sexual assault, settled the $50 million lawsuit last week, and now she's retiring. In April 2025, a woman known as Jane Doe filed a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, accusing him of assault. In a statement following the allegation, Shannon's legal counsel, Lanny J. Davis and Associates, revealed that Jane Doe was a woman named Gabrielle Zuniga, an OnlyFans content creator. Last week, Zuniga's lawyer, Tony Busby, revealed that the two parties had reached an undisclosed settlement. I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice, Busby tweeted. If you know Busby, you know that means that he got the bag and shit. Whatever Shannon Sharpe is creating Gabrielle Zuniga, he got 60% or more of that.
Hey, hey, hey! It's Fun Howard! And I'm gonna sing a song for you. And Bill's gonna show you a thing or two. You'll have some fun now with me and all the gang, learning from each other while we do our thing. Na, 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 gonna have a good time. Hey, hey.
This is Bill Cosby coming at you with music and fun. And if you're not careful, you may learn something before it's done.
Hey, hey, hey.
You know, a lot of people are talking about Gabrielle Zuniga's payout after filing a lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe. Okay, a lot of people are talking about it, and I have to admit it must be considerable. We don't have verified, numbers for what was actually paid out and shit. I'm not here to pocket watch, okay, but I will say that if she quit her OnlyFans platform and probably, hook it by, she probably quit prostituting her body and shit. Who knows? If she's done with that, the payout has to be significant enough that she feels comfortable doing so. Okay, a lot of people are making, they're posting their commentaries. Most of it's like pocket watching bullshit or, blackmail shaming and shit, which is why I'm here today and whatnot. Which is why I'm here today. Okay, I don't care, what goes on between two consenting adults. I don't care what kind of weird shit they're into. It's none of my fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. None of nobody's fucking business if it's something done between two consenting adults and shit. A transactional back and forth and shit, I guess. Transactional relationship or situationship. He's paying her. Okay? He's paying her for a time and shit. He's in his fucking He's in his fucking 50s and shit. He's very wealthy and shit. He has already had children, most of which are adults, I guess. I guess his children are adults. Just in some weird shit over there. He's an NFL player. He buck dances for the right people. At least that's what I thought until all this shit happened. Hey, buck dances for the, for the right people and all this other bullshit, you know. And he has some weird proclivities. We've seen him with that male, what they call the men's purse, the merce and shit. We've seen him wearing, zesty looking clothes and hanging out with zesty looking guys. And, I don't want to get involved with that bullshit. But, I will address the pocket watching and shit. It's nobody's business what you do with your money, what you legally do with your fucking money. And if you're doing something illegally, that's the business of the supposed criminal justice system and shit to deal with that appropriately. Okay? That's their business and shit. Okay? It's not your fucking business and shit. In our community, we have a habit of pocket watching what is perceived as successful men and shit. And I don't know nothing about Shannon Sharp and shit other than this public persona and shit. And I never really thought shit about him. Once I seen him buck dancing and shit, I just checked right out. And I never gave a shit. I only cared about some of the guests that were on this show. I didn't care about him and shit. And I feel sad that, he had to come up out his pockets like that. I would have never come out of my pockets like that. I would have never done that shit. The minute, well, let me just preface it like this. I listened to that call where the woman calls him and she's talking about the things they do behind closed doors. And she's using such a robotic tone. It's obvious to anybody with any kind of common sense that she's, setting them up and shit. Okay, it's obvious. Like, why wouldn't it be obvious to him too and shit? Huh? Is he that much of a moron? I mean, it's not doing anything for the image of black athletes and shit. That's laughable. Even me saying that. It's not doing much for that. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's silly that he would know he was being set up listening to the robotic tones and the specific thing she was brought up. It could have been solved with him simply hanging up in her face. All he had to do was hang up in her fucking face and then make a call or send a text to his legal team and hire a private investigator. I would have hired at least 4 to 5 private investigators to put him on her ass and shit for the next couple of months and shit. And I wouldn't have taken any more of her calls. Right? Everything every time she called that number, it would have went to voicemail. All right, this ain't pocket watching. It's how to move. Okay, how to move and shit. Anytime you're dealing with a woman, it's an insurance risk. Okay, especially along economic lines and shit because they're mostly motivated by financial gain and opportunism and shit. So you can't give them the opportunity and shit. I'm not about to build a bitch. It's one of the problems I've always had with Joe Budden. There's nothing he can say anything in the future because we know it's past, and he put on that Tahiri person and shit. Melissa Ford and all that. Why does he give her a voice to speak and shit? All she does is spread anti-male negativity and shit, and that's all we see on the internet when it comes to Jewish women. It looks kind of bitter coming from black women and shit when they talk about him and. Now, he gave the white girl the money and all this shit. He was doing this with these young white girls and shit. White. I'm tired of hearing that shit. This woman, I think, was kind of Spanish or something. Does not matter. Okay? It reads bitter. It reads like you mad because you couldn't grift him out of that money. He can't do race. 2 Negroes can't do race play. I guess. 2 Negroes can't do race play, and he's a fucking idiot if he legitimately fell for that robocall that she did when she was leading him by the nose as she stacked her chips to file this fucking lawsuit and shit. As a matter of fact, I think a bunch of black millionaires and people of wealth and, rich celebrity status should hire several PIs. They should hire that same firm that Harvey Weinstein used to use before he went over to investigate Tony Busby, the attorney and shit, who keeps filing all these frivolous fucking lawsuits and shit, these shakedowns. That's extortion. But, hey, it's common sense, so they ain't gonna fucking do it, right? I don't care what Shannon Sharp was doing, he was fucking this white girl. And she's saying some really, in a robotic tone. As a black man, when I hear a white woman telling me, I want you to put a black baby in me. I want to swallow your babies. I want to have my black master's baby and all this weird shit that would be defamatory because you're a public figure and shit. You don't just hang up in a bitch face. It's questionable and shit. I think that maybe there's more damning evidence along the lines of his zesty behavior. So maybe this is all some crisis actor bullshit, okay? It's a conspiracy theory, I think it's crisis actor bullshit we're looking at with the Shannon Sharp shit. Okay? I think that maybe she was gonna, interested parties, not her, using her as the face, were gonna expose him for, some kind of maybe down low, behaviors that he had. And why would he part with half of his wealth, allegedly? Why would he do that? There's something out there that he doesn't want seen, and it isn't ghetto gagging some white, chick with a fake ass. All right, there's something much worse there, and I'll leave it at that. Shit, it's no one's business. Okay, it's no one's business. When you're in that world and shit, there's a glass ceiling on the wealth that you can accumulate and have before they come looking for you with some bullshit. And most of the time, they use females as agents of chaos and shit. I myself, I don't intend to get an opportunity to do that. All right, I don't intend to give an opportunity. You shouldn't either, even if you don't make no money. If you work as a security guard, you work in a takeout window at a fast food joint and shit. All right, it's time for us to start taking stock of our bags. You leave your purse strings, too lax. All right. Yeah, I want them to stop. I want you to stop funding women that are obviously looking for a come-ups lifestyle and shit. Okay. The correct thing to do when she calls you, it seems like she called him in the middle of the night with this nonsense. They always do this shit during the witching hour, but when she call you up, she starts saying this weird ass shit, talking robotically, just bringing up shit that she didn't bring up before when you were doing it with her. Yeah, you just hang up. Just hang up. Don't say shit. Just slam on her, and then block her ass and shit. And then call a lawyer. You'll shoot a text to your legal team. If you're rich enough, they will answer that. They will pick up. You will see that it was rigged, and get on her ass with some PIs and shit, and stick all in her shit, man. Go in her shit. She'll wish she was really on that Ghetto Gaggers website. Okay, get on it, man. Investigate everything around her. All right, that's what they do when they fuck with us. That's what they do when fuck with us. You think these dudes be folding and shit? They have to do some weird shit just to get into that world. And a lot of it's some gay shit or something, And it's just like, man, fuck it. If you did that shit, you did your shit, okay? Years ago, I met a football player that had his life story had been optioned. I'm not going to say who it is. His life story had been optioned for a major motion picture and shit. And the guy told me that he was paid about $750,000 for the rights to his life story, and that he was getting an additional 125 to 150, post age, without deductions for any rewrites. And he expressed to me that he was doing some strange for some change and shit. And he was wearing that uniform, like I was in West Hollywood, you'll see a lot of brothers selling their soul and shit. You could tell when they just did it because they make them wear the same kind of clothes. They always make them wear a long sleeve white shirt, like maybe a sweatshirt or some kind of knit sweater, and these skinny jeans with so skinny that it's almost skin tight with the ankles exposed, and some kind of sandal. Yeah, I've seen that shit a lot. I've seen that shit in Los Angeles and Arizona. I haven't went to New York, so I can't say that I saw anything over there. But they always do some kind of weird shit. It's always the color white is associated with what Corey Holcomb would call the buboic lifestyle and shit. And it's not just that Diddy shit. I've seen that shit in tandem with when Diddy was doing his thing and shit. I was seeing the motherfuckers that was doing some strange change with the color white on somewhere around them. Or they mix it with white and black. Or some kind of checker or something. I figured it out. There was a movie called Cruising with Al Pacino, and there was some scene in there to explain, what I'm talking about. And I won't go any further than shit. Shannon Sharp probably, if it's true that he give up, he had to, liquidate half of his net worth to get rid of this, whatever is being hidden. I don't, maybe it was really bad. Okay, and even though whether that be true or not, it's none of your business what adults do behind closed doors, and you can go fuck yourself and shit. Okay, how you gonna tell somebody what they can and cannot do with their body part, and then decry your body, your choice, and all that nonsense and shit? Okay, and the double standard is real and shit. Okay. I don't know what Shannon Sharp did. I know that whatever it is, he don't want nobody to see it. and he paid his robotic jump off, his living sex doll. And he should have just bought one of those sex dolls, and called it a buck. Okay? That's what he should have done. But instead, he fucked up.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.